Welcome to our true crime journey. Today, we delve into the haunting and unresolved case of Anika Smit, a story that has left a lasting impact on Pretoria North, South Africa. As we explore this tragic and compelling case, we invite you to join us in Unraveling the Shadows. If you find this story intriguing and want to stay updated with more true crime documentaries, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more in-depth stories and keeps the quest for justice alive. Let's begin. The morning sun filtered through the thin curtains of the Smit household, casting a soft glow on the otherwise somber room. Johan Smit's heart raced as he climbed the stairs, the eerie silence of the house unnerving him. Anika, his 17-year-old daughter, hadn't gone to school that day due to an ear infection. He expected to find her resting in her room. What he found instead would haunt him forever. Johan pushed open the door, and his eyes widened in horror. There, on the bed, lay Anika's lifeless body, naked and mutilated. Her throat had been slit, and her body was riddled with stab wounds. Her hands, a once gentle touch, were missing. The scene was nightmarish, a brutal testament to a life cut short. The news of Anika Smit's murder spread like wildfire through Pretoria North. It was a community where people knew each other, where neighbors exchanged pleasantries and children played on the streets. Such a heinous act felt foreign, impossible. Anika had been a bright and vivacious girl with dreams of a future that now lay shattered. Her school friends were in shock, and teachers struggled to find words of comfort. The town mourned collectively, but amidst their grief, fear took root. If this could happen to Anika, it could happen to anyone. Detectives swarmed the Smit household, meticulously gathering evidence. The crime scene was a puzzle with too many pieces missing. Anika's hands, key to understanding the brutality of the crime, were nowhere to be found. The initial list of suspects included those close to Anika, a former boyfriend, Nico Venter, and a schoolmate, Damian Treby. Both boys were interrogated extensively, but no concrete evidence linked them to the crime. Charges were eventually dropped, leaving the investigators with more questions than answers. For Johan Smit, the days that followed were a blur of grief and frustration. His daughter's murder had turned his life upside down. He couldn't shake the image of her mutilated body, and the unanswered questions gnawed at him. Why would someone do this to Anika? Who could be so cruel? Johan's search for answers led him to private investigators. He needed to know the truth, to find justice for his daughter. The police were doing their best, but it wasn't enough. Johan felt a responsibility, a duty as a father, to uncover the truth. In 2016, 6 years after Anika's murder, a new name emerged in the investigation: Andreas Johannes van Wyk. He handed himself over to the police and was charged with Anika's murder, rape, and mutilation. The town held its breath. Could this finally be the break they were waiting for? Van Wyk's court appearances were tense, with the community watching closely. But despite the charges, the case remained unresolved. There was no smoking gun, no definitive proof to close the chapter on Anika's murder. The shadows of doubt lingered, and justice seemed just out of reach. Johan Smit's determination never wavered. He continued to seek answers, hiring private investigators from Specialized Security Services, SSS, to re-examine the evidence. Every lead, no matter how small, was pursued. Johan even underwent a forensic polygraph test, desperate to clear his name and prove his innocence. The polygraph confirmed what Johan had known all along. He had no involvement in his daughter's murder. But the confirmation brought little solace. The real killer was still out there, and the search for justice continued. The community of Pretoria North struggled to move on. Anika's murder had left a scar that time couldn't heal. Her friends carried the weight of her memory, often visiting the spot where she was found, leaving flowers and notes. They spoke of her laughter, her dreams, and the future she never got to see. For Johan, every day was a reminder of what he had lost. He kept her room as it was, a shrine to the daughter he would never see grow up. Every lead, every hint of progress kept the hope alive that someday justice would be served. As the private investigators delved deeper, they uncovered a web of connections and motives that painted a complex picture. Was it a crime of passion? A random act of violence? Or was there something more sinister at play? Theories abounded, each more perplexing than the last. The missing hands remained a haunting mystery. What significance did they hold for the killer? Were they trophies? A macabre keepsake? Or was there a ritualistic aspect to the crime? The unanswered questions were a constant reminder of the darkness that had touched their lives. Years passed, but the search for truth never wavered. Johann Smit became a symbol of resilience, a father who refused to let his daughter's memory fade. His pursuit of justice inspired others, and the case remained a focal point in discussions about crime and justice in South Africa. But with each passing year, the hope of finding definitive answers dwindled. The pain remained, an unhealed wound that time couldn't soothe. For Johann and the community, the struggle for justice became a part of their identity, a cause they couldn't abandon. The story of Anika Smit's murder is one of heartbreak, resilience, and the unending quest for justice. It is a tale of a community grappling with loss and a father's unyielding determination to find the truth. The unanswered questions linger, casting a shadow over Pretoria North. Who killed Anika Smit? Why were her hands taken? Will justice ever be served? These questions remain, echoing through the lives of those who knew and loved her. As we remember Anika, we also remember the importance of seeking justice for all victims of violence. Her story is a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk in unexpected places and the enduring power of love and determination in the face of unimaginable loss. The murder of Anika Smit is a haunting chapter in South Africa's history. It serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the relentless pursuit of justice. As we continue to seek answers, we honor her memory and the enduring love of a father who will never give up the fight for his daughter. This story is more than just a recounting of a crime. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the unbreakable bond of family. May we find the strength to confront the darkness and the courage to seek the light, no matter how elusive it may seem. If you found this story compelling, please share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think motivated the killer? Do you believe justice will ever be served in Anika Smit's case? Your opinions matter and could shed light on new perspectives. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories. Stay tuned for more in-depth explorations of the world's most intriguing cases. Thank you for joining us on this journey for justice and truth.